Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you a Advanced Ritual Arts deck. This is a card that is super good from the EX structure deck, so I want to give a shout out real quick to my boy Elite Pro for sponsoring those two additional EX structure decks. Thanks so much, man. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. Now I get to play with some Advanced Ritual Arts and triple Magician of Chaos. So that's where this deck came from. I wanted to try out this card because I haven't had a chance to. We're running triple Magician of Chaos alongside one Relinquish. They can both be summoned with Advanced Ritual Arts, and they can also be summoned with Dark Magic. No, not with Dark Magic Bell. With Contract with the Abyss. This card can be used to ritual summon any dark ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels exactly equal the level of the ritual monster. So in case you open up your Dark Magicians or your Flambeau Guard, which will happen, you can still summon your monsters. You just, you know, since these are, you need them in the deck for Advanced Ritual, but if they're in hand, you have a second option and your deck is not just automatically dead. But that doesn't happen too often, especially because we have our light and dark skill. We have two Mahad, which is really good because it's a light 7-star spellcaster. So with light and dark, this serve as additional Magician of Chaos. So it's something like you're running 5 in the deck, because you can use Shuffle a Mahad back to get your Magician of Chaos. The targets for Relinquish with light and dark is Mystic Piper. I love this card, man. You can tribute this card, draw and reveal one card. If that card is a level 1 monster, draw one more card. The effect of Mystic Piper can only be activated once per turn. So a lot of the times, I would actually do the opposite. Instead of searching for Relinquish, I would send Relinquish back to get a Mystic Piper, and then just draw with Mystic Piper, because he can help you get into your ritual cards. And the off chance that you draw, you know, Relinquish, Flambeau Guard, or Mystic Piper, you just get an additional card, which is always good. You can also draw into Mahad off of it and activate Mahad's effect to just special summon itself into the onto the field. So yeah, Mystic Piper, super good card. I really like it. We have 2 Sonic Birds along with our 4 ritual spells to round out a 6 ritual spell main deck kind of thing. And there are targets for Advanced Ritual Arts are going to be 2 Dark Magicians and 1 Flambeau Guard. Because Flambeau Guard is a tuner, we have, you know, access to a synchro engine that we don't really go into very often, but it's there if we need it. Dark Magic Veil can special summon the Dark Magician that you sent from the deck to the graveyard to special summon your Magician of Chaos. And then obviously that can also activate Chaos Effect to destroy a card on the field anytime a spell or trap card is activated. And then we have 2 Part of the Guardians to pair up with Magician of Chaos. That's our main way of getting our Magician of Chaos to pop something unless our opponent is activated in spell or trap. And then why not 1 Treacherous Trap Hole. I'm not running any traps, so I just threw it in there. It's a nice card when your deck slows down and you don't open up your combos right away. You can set this and you know, even a Flambeau Guard if you have to, and probably survive a turn or two. The extra deck, like I said, you can go into it, but it's not a big part of the deck, so no reason to go over it. And let's go ahead and show you some replays. Yeah, I love using Relinquish alongside other ritual monsters. I did it first with Blackluster Soldier, and it was super fun. It works really well in this deck because of light and dark. If I didn't have light and dark, I probably wouldn't try to combine them. But yeah, this is just my first crack at Magician of Chaos. I'm definitely excited to try more things out. But here, you know, we don't have our ritual monster. We can shuffle him back to get a Relinquish, but there's nothing on the field, so there's no point in summoning a Relinquish on the field. So instead, we're just gonna draw 1 with top deck or Magician of Chaos, and now we can set up a board. There we go. Send the Dark Magician from the deck to special summon Magician of Chaos. And because it's turn 1, I'm gonna bluff with the Contract in face down defense position. We get a Cosmic Cyclone out of it, so I'm not sad about that. And we also drew into Mahad. I could have summoned that if I wanted to, but instead I'm just going to search for another ritual, because when I activate this ritual to summon my second Magician of Chaos, I can destroy the face down, and that basically wins us the game. And all of this was possible because of Light and Dark, and because Mystic Piper allowed me to get one card into the deck sooner. There we go, we destroyed. It was a Vendread deck and they scoop. Why did it kick me out of the replays? I haven't had this problem where after you watch a replay it kicks you out in like probably a year. Don't tell me it's back. Konami, don't do this to me. Alright, here we got another Crawler. This was a real one. He's actually using Ancient Gears. So we're gonna see the Middle Age mechs. We already have our Magician of Chaos thanks to Mahad being in our hand, and we have the advanced ritual arts. We can also go into Relinquish if we choose to, but because it's Ancient Gears, I didn't trust the back row, so we're gonna go for Light and Dark and just go Magician of Chaos instead. Alright, activate advanced ritual arts, summon the boy. And now we're gonna gamble it all on this Mystic Piper. We're gonna summon the Piper. He panics and activates Canadia. So this Canadia told me that this was the right decision. Had we gone into Relinquish, we would have flipped Relinquish face down immediately and then we just lose. Now that he activated the Canadia, I thought he was gonna use it on Piper. He goes for the Magician of Chaos. I can still destroy his Ancient Gear reactor, and I know what he has in hand, so I'm just hoping he doesn't top deck another reactor, which he doesn't. Sets 2 more back row, activates the Gear Reborn immediately so I don't get my effect off of the Magician of Chaos, which is smart, but this also triggers on effect activation. So even though this is face up, if it activates, it will trigger my Magician of Chaos. But it doesn't matter because we have the Sonic Burst, so we're going to be activating that on our own. Destroy the unknown back row because it's not going to be a threat once our second Magician of Chaos is summoned on the field. Now we can get rid of the Wyvern. He's going to try to activate the Reborn. Magician of Chaos is going to destroy the trap, and because it's a continuous trap, it has to stay on the field in order to fully resolve. So we get the win. Oh my god. I'm so bothered by that. That had not happened in I don't know how long. Oh, Konami, fix your game, please. Alright, luckily some of these replays are not as long. But yeah, this deck is fun, but it's not very good in the sense that there's too many counters for it. Mainly, I don't have an out for Cositus. So if my opponent puts a Cositus on the board, I just lose. And obviously that's very common right now. It's a very strong card in the current meta. But this is king of games, so that's why I can get away with not seeing Cositus very often. And here we have a Nordic deck. So we're going to summon the Magician of Chaos. He chains his trap immediately so he doesn't trigger my Magician of Chaos. But I have Power of the Guardians, so it doesn't matter. And I saved this replay just to show how broken Power of the Guardians is with Magician of Chaos. Look, he's gonna summon the big boy, the big level 10 Odin. But on the attack, my Power of the Guardians is gonna activate to put a counter on itself that triggers my Magician of Chaos. So not only is he protected, but anytime this activates, I'm destroying a card. So we're gonna destroy the Odin. Odin is going to banish to get special summon back into the field, but the same thing is gonna happen whether I attack or he attacks. We're gonna just get him a HUD for no reason really. But yeah, his trap activates. That's gonna let me destroy the Odin, so I don't even have to worry about my Power of the Guardians. And we win. I'm really upset that I'm gonna have to keep going in like this. And this usually fixes itself after I restart the app, but you know, when I hit record, I hit record. No cuts, No second takes unless I forgot to record audio, which has happened before. So sorry that you guys are gonna have to deal with that. There's only 2 more replays, so we're almost there. Alright, Prescience. This was a Gravekeeper's deck. We're gonna Light and Dark, send them a hot to get a Magician of Chaos to the hand. And I wish we were going second with this hand because the Power of the Guardians and Magician of Chaos is super strong. But it's still a nice turn 1 play. Alright. Sets 2 back row, sets a monster, doesn't want to trigger my my own card. So here he activates Necro Valley Temple. I don't know if he was trying to get me to destroy it, but as it stands, it's not doing anything to me. He needs the Necro Valley in the field. So we're just gonna destroy the unknown trap card instead, and that was a mistake. I should have gone for the monster, but I was not expecting this guy. I really thought he was probably using, oh yeah, I just sent the Relinquish back so we can draw. We get a Sonic Bird, which is nice. That will set up our next turn since we get Gravekeeper guarded and Magician of Chaos is back in our hand. So now we can search for the Advanced Ritual Arts again. Activate. And there was no delay through this whole process, so that screams a Drowning Mirror Force. So we're just gonna summon the Magician of Chaos in defense position. We guessed the Drowning Mirror Force correctly, and now we're gonna destroy that Continuous Trap, which maybe wasn't the best idea because it does give him a Necro Valley, but Necro Valley is not a threat by itself to us. It's gonna go Headman, set the Gravekeeper guard in defense position, activates the Necro Valley, so now I can just destroy your guard. Now you have nothing to bounce me back with, and we top deck a Mahat, which gains 2500 attack when facing a dark monster. Actually, he just doubles, right? So if you have him boosted, he just gains even more attack. Yeah, I think he just doubles. Oh my god! All right, last replay. Let's get it on with it. It's still not a long video by my standards because this is a pretty fast deck. I tried a different version at the beginning where I was using Beatdown, but it bricked way more than this one. Light and Dark just really helps the deck be a little bit more consistent, although you suffer by not having that extra attack from Beatdown. But here we're going up against Thunder Dragons. Alright, Dragon Hawk is gonna summon the Dragon Roar. Now, ideally I would have gone for my my Magician of Chaos immediately, but because of this back row, I'm gonna use my Relinquish as bait. I'm sorry, Relinquish. I wish you would do more in this deck, but right now I need you as bait, my boy. So instead of going for the Dark Magician, for the Magician of Chaos, we're gonna Relinquish first. My guess was right because that is a World Legacy Clash. So he would have been able to take 2400 attack off of my Magician of Chaos, which is not what we want. So now we're gonna draw the Magician of Chaos using Light and Dark, activate our second Advanced Ritual Arts. And we have a super strong setup. We have Trap Hole, which is going to destroy 2 monsters. And if he happens to have a third card, we can then destroy that using our Magician of Chaos effect. So even though we have a 0 attack monster on the field, we're not in huge danger. Dragon Hawk's gonna special summon. It's gonna tribute to summon another Dragon Roar, search a Dragon Roar. Activate Beatdown, Trap Hole, destroy both. We pick up a Sonic Bird. We are 100 off of lethal, unfortunately, so I have to switch my Relinquish to defense position. And at this point, my opponent with 100 life, he's faced with a tough decision, you know, leave my Magician of Chaos on the board or leave the Relinquish on the board. I kind of appreciate that he didn't destroy my Relinquish. That way I was able to make him shine in this replay. When I activate Relinquish, steal him, put a Power of the Guardians on him, and that's the game. I really like Relinquish, man. When the game was very early on, he was so strong that everybody hated him. But now, I feel like it's just a fun card to use. There's so many ways to dodge targeting effects nowadays, or you know, simply destroy back row, put him face down, that he's probably not gonna be a threat like he was. ever again, but still a fun card to use. That's gonna be it for me though. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want, and till next time.